I'm leaving my therapist hat on for this deprogramming lesson. There's 2 points that need to be understood about being a victim of a criminal industry that operates in plain sight, is protected by law, and celebrated in our society. The first point is that the human trafficking industry uses adoption as propaganda to run a global child supply market. It has made billions of dollars committing crimes against humanity. Millions of mothers, fathers, and children have been victimized, commodified, and exploited for profit. The industry has laid waste to countless human lives in a murder for money scheme. How has it gotten away with this after so many years and in numerous countries around the world? This brings me to the second point, that for over 400 years, church and state have worked together to use adoption as a front to keep up human trafficking and slavery. After so long, the adoption narrative has become normalized, accepted, refined, and streamlined as part of our society and culture. Today, the industry controls this narrative, and by doing so, controls public perception. So how does this have to do with disenfranchised grief? First, let's define what it means. When a person is told they don't have the right to their feelings or expressions of grief, when a person's loss is minimized or not even acknowledged, this can occur personally or societally. Disenfranchised grief is often more common in minority groups. For victims of the human trafficking child supply market, we are bombarded with propaganda and brainwashed to believe a false narrative. Victims are living in a society that reinforces the industry's brainwashing messages, telling us who we are, what to think, say, and behave, all to keep us in a role we were put into to perform. Anytime we deviate from this role, go off script, or exhibit even the slightest independent thought, we are hastily and intensely reprimanded and reprogrammed. Even now, after years of exposing the industry, mass graves, mass murders, slavery, and war crimes, the propaganda persists. Victims such as myself continue to be gaslit, dismissed, and silenced. What does this do to a population of millions? What message does it send us as a global minority group? For many of us, we are acknowledging that we've been created from loss, multiple losses. Yet the industry that caused our pain tells us we don't have a right to grieve. Worse still is having to grow up in a society that enforces its message. The fact is, we were bought and sold to serve a purpose, and we're forced to fulfill this purpose for the rest of our lives. So we are victimized, dehumanized, commodified, and exploited for profit. We're brainwashed to participate in a criminal, profit-driven scheme under the guise of adoption. On top of that, our grief is not acknowledged. And worse, we're told we don't have a right to our own feelings and expressions of loss. We are forced to witness and watch other victims be abused, tortured, murdered, or even ending their own lives. This is what it means to be made a disposable person, a commodity, a victim of a global child supply market. This is what coercive control of an entire population looks like. We don't even have the right to speak up when one of us takes their own life, simply because we're not seen as our own minority group. This is wrong.